I want to thank everybody for coming here tonight. Welcome. I'm Bill Ball. This is my wife, Dawn. And
good evening, everyone. We're
yeah,
so excited to be here.
we're here to share with you tonight a little bit about the Valentus opportunity and, why we're so excited about this company. I believe tonight is our 1 year anniversary.
We have a couple more days, but it's getting close.
I can't believe it's been a full year already.
It was about 1 year ago, John. We got you on the phone and we were trying to make a decision. And I think by tomorrow, a year ago, you got us on with Dave Jordan.
Yep.
And that did it.
Nothing's been the same ever since. I mean, listen, I'll share with you real quickly. I mean, I've been excited and been in this industry for 13 years, but I've never been felt more at home than I have in the last year. Yeah. And that's kind of it's hard to say that because like we really haven't had an opportunity to travel around and meet everybody like we used to do, right? The things changed a year ago when we came to Valentus and nobody could travel anymore.
No.
So it's been really a culture that's developed over the last year to be tremendous just through internet Zoom presentations like this and getting to meet and talk to some great people over the phone. We've had a tremendous opportunity here to grow with the company over the last year. And, we were so pleased because they really put the track in place here. Valentus is 6 years old. The track has been established for us. I'm so happy that John's been here for 4 or 5 years to really put this thing into place. And, quick background about Dawn and I, we had no business being in business when we were 18 years old. We started our first construction business, knocking door to door, just a desire to get wealthy. And we wanted to get wealthy because it looked like rich people had a lot of fun.
I remember you had me lifting wheelbarrows, and I used to cry, and I quit. And
yeah, like we had no other reason to get wealthy.
We were so young.
other than it just looked like rich people had fun, and like I just wanted to have fun, right? And I figured I better have money if I want to have fun. So we got what we wanted. 22 years into it, we had all the money we could ask for, but we didn't have time freedom.
That's right.
And we started looking for something else. And I'll tell you this much: we started our quest on a vacation when we were sitting on a beach after 20 years of never taking a vacation. And I said, my God, this is just terrible. This is the first time we've taken a vacation in 20 years. Our kids don't even know us really. I mean, this is me. They know her. They knew her. They didn't know me.
I was home and you were always working.
I was working 100-hour weeks. And I said, there's got to be a better life than this. We were 38 years old and we just had enough, right? And we decided at that point that it didn't matter what it took. If we had to sell everything, move on, we were just going to change our lives, and we did it. We spoke into existence network marketing. And I'll tell you what happened. We spoke network marketing into existence because we said, how can we get paid to sit on a beach like this? And then one day have enough money to buy a boat and to get paid to sit on a boat and watch the people on the beach.
And make money while we were sleeping. That was really cool thought that sounded really
yeah. How can I make money when I'm sleeping? And I'll tell you what, we found this great industry, and it took us 13 years to really find our home, which is Valentus, and we're so pleased to be here. So I'm going to get myself out of the way at this point, and I want to bring on a gentleman that really needs no introduction if you know him. Some of you may know of him. If you're invited here as a guest tonight, you're going to get to know him real well. He's just got a great heart to help people. He's got the heart of a lion. I mean, this guy will do anything to help anybody that's on his team or anybody outside of his team. I've known him for 8 years. And when I met John, we were in another company together, and he was well known already. He was an author. He had been featured in multiple publications at that time. He had earned into the $20 million range. And then he moved on to Valentus. And John and I reconnected a year ago, and I said to him, John, I need a new home, and this is what I'm looking for something. And he said to me, Bill, he says, I made $4 million here last year. I said, what? You got to be kidding me. And at that point, I think he had earned like $26 million in his career, but 8 million of it was with Valentus over a 4-year period of time. 4 million of it having been in that year prior. And I said, holy cow, John, there's something special happening here. He says, yeah, I know timing. And he says, I know timing and I know position. He goes, I've been very fortunate in my whole career. My timing has always been impeccable. He says, you ready to join us? I said, yeah, we got to do this. And we got on the phone with Dave. We made a decision, planted our flag. Rob and Rebecca Bunce were one of the first people to join us. And with that being said, I want to go ahead and turn it over to my good friend and mentor and coach, Mr. John Haremza. So John, it's all yours.
Okay, well, thank you, Bill and Don, and it's just great to be here. I remember, I can't believe it's been a year, and thinking about that, that was the last trip. That was my last trip before Corona. We all flew home from Sioux Falls and pretty much locked down, right?
That's right. It's been a year.
Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, I just so much appreciate you guys. And I remember that meeting in Sioux Falls. Rob and Rebecca were there as well, and we launched into Valentus, and it's been incredible. And we're just getting started, folks. But as Bill and Don are telling their story, and they're talking about this dream about being rich, right? That rich people look like they had more fun. And I'm thinking about that as I'm listening to that. And I'm thinking back to, my early days. I don't think I ever thought that way, to be honest with you. I don't think I ever thought about being rich, right? I mean, given my background, blue collar worker, living in a trailer house, small town Minnesota, learning disability, my dream was to have a good job and to follow. Essentially, my dad was a janitor at a high school. My mom worked in a dog food factory, and I felt incredibly fortunate that I had landed a really, really great job that I loved. And so I never entered into this thinking I'm going to make a fortune, even with a goal of making a fortune. I entered into this to make some extra money, right? But what's amazing about it is, when you focus, when you work hard, when you have the right vehicle, when you're consistent, amazing things can happen. So here it is now, 32 years later, and gosh, I guess I'm rich. I don't know what that categorizes anymore. I don't know what it means. I did look it up one time in the dictionary, or I think Google. I asked my phone, what is wealth? When are you considered wealthy? And I think that said something like $500,000. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's more than that. But whatever it is, I feel very, very fortunate for my experiences in this industry and being here with Valentus. And so if you're brand new, you're just looking at this, wondering if you can do this. I mean, that's what's so amazing. It doesn't matter what your age, what your education, where you live, what you do, what your finances are. If you stay focused, if you're consistent, right, you can do amazing things, with Valentus. And, I'm living proof of that. There are so many people within this company that are living proof of it. There's so many up and coming people, and we're 6.5 years old, and we are just getting started. I mean, we've crossed that threshold of risk. We're into this window of making this company a legacy company, and those people that want to do it with us. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into a presentation here, give you guys an overview of what I am so excited about. And so, oops. Let's see. I need to go all the way back here. I usually have this all set. A lot of these slides we're not going to look at. We're only going to look at some of them. Get back to the beginning. Okay, am I sharing my screen or not? I am. Okay. So anyway, I think the first thing that we need to ask ourselves is, are people interested? Are they looking for what Valentus, offers? And so what do we offer? We offer people an opportunity to make extra money. Just like when I entered the industry 32 years ago, that's what I saw, an opportunity to make some extra money. Not make the money I'm making today, just make some extra money, right? Whether that's a few $100s, whether that's a few $1,000s, whether it's a serious part-time income, replacement income, or just plain old crazy, ridiculous income. All of it is being done here at Valentus. Okay, every one of those categories are being done here. Better health, I think, especially with what's going on in the world, people are more concerned about their health and their well-being, looking at products and supplements, things that they can do to, stack the cards in their favor from a health standpoint. And as you learn about our products, I definitely believe we have those types of products. And this is, another thing is time freedom. And this is something I don't think many people actually realize how important or how valuable it is. But when you really think about time freedom, right? Because most people, if you're a professional, a doctor, an attorney, real estate, and if you're really making money, you literally, your profession is completely controlling literally your waking hours, right? Matter of fact, you probably, can't sleep at night thinking about it due to stress, right? If you are a business owner, you're successful as a business owner, your business completely controls and runs you. And the more successful you get, the more demanding it gets. And if you're in a job, most people's job simply is not going to get ahead of the game. They're going to need a second job. And so what I'm hoping to help you understand is the concept of leverage and residual income. That can be that the everyday person, I don't think there's many opportunities for the everyday person to have real-time freedom, essentially removing yourself from the day-to-day activity it takes to generate an income, right? Meaning if you don't show up that day, that week, that month, that year, you can still have income. I was on a call earlier today, a mastermind call. This lady on the call was 21 years in the industry. She said, to be honest, I really have been kind of retired for the last 6 years. And the question was asked, well, what are you making? What are you making in your semi-retired state? And she said, about 2 million a year, right? I mean, guys, if you really understand the power of what network marketing can do, it will completely and totally change your life. And again, people need this in crazy ways right now. 96% of people, they're laying awake at night. They're worrying about their health. They're worrying about their finances. They're stressed. They're living a life of quiet desperation, waiting for someone to give them a way out, give them some hope, give them some options. And what makes it all possible is this industry of network marketing. And of course, the company within that industry, Valentus. But the industry, if you're skeptical, don't know much about it, been around for 70 plus years, this is a little bit outdated, nearly $200 billion products, goods, and services are marketed through this method of distribution. And because of what's happened in the world, this method of distribution, the home-based business concept, is picking up huge momentum. I mean, those of us that understand this, that got home-based businesses, I think we're some of the most fortunate people out there right now. And if you don't understand it, it's nothing more, guys, than another form of distribution. I mean, rather than you look at traditional methods of distribution like retail, a store, even online stores, right? Even online stores, they're spending huge dollars paying influencers, to get you to go to their website, to get you to click on a product. Millions and millions of dollars are spent. Matter of fact, it's about 50% of a cost of a product is distribution. It's getting you to buy it. Well, people say, where does the money come from in network marketing? Because we spend zero on that. All of that money, that 50% that goes to the actors, the athletes, the high budget advertising campaigns, the influencers, that money is going to you, real people with real results, and really what makes more sense. I touched on this already. I just think it's, so powerful to make a comparison, because everybody, most people anyway, I think do dream what it would be like to have their own business, to have control of their life. And of course, they realize having their own business, the business controls their life, right? They don't control it, their business controls it. But the barriers of entry in a traditional business, minimum of $100,000, maybe in a franchise, $500,000, $1 million, and attorneys and employees and real estate and accounting and shipping and inventories. And I mean, it's daunting. No wonder only, a small percentage of people enter into that. Well, now you look at Valentus and the home-based business, $20, and you can market all over the world. The company provides the attorneys. The company provides the shipping. The company pays the people. The company does the research and development. They provide the tools. Literally, all you have to do is promote. All you have to do is help people understand what this is about. The company does literally everything else for you. I call it entrepreneur. You think about entrepreneurs, entrepreneur takes on all the risk. An entrepreneur, we've got all the benefits of an entrepreneur, but we don't have the risk associated. I mean, when I sit and talk about this and I understand it so much, I just think people should be standing in line. If you're not in a home-based business, I mean, you have missed it, right? I mean, there's not a better way to make a living, to take advantage of the global economy, to be able to do it from your home, from your phone, than the home-based business. Now, what I've learned now 32 years in the industry is that all of these companies, right, and/or opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements. The company, the product, compensation, timing, training, and support. And if 2 or 3 of these critical elements are not in place, it doesn't matter how good you are or how hard you work. I mean, despite your best efforts, you're going to struggle, right? I mean, and the reason I say that is because I think everyone knows someone who's been involved in something like this before, or maybe they've been involved in themselves, and maybe it didn't work out the way they hoped it would, or thought it would, or thought it should. And yes, it could be due to simply them not applying themselves, right? I mean, it doesn't matter how great everything is, without some effort, not much is going to happen. That's pretty easy to understand. But you could take me with all of the success that I've had, put me in a messed up deal, and I'm going to struggle. It's when all of these elements come together, like I believe we have right now in Valentus. As a matter of fact, I'll go as far to say, as I look at these 5 critical elements, they're stronger today than they've ever been in the history of our company. As good as we are, as much as success as we've had, the elements today are stronger than they've ever been. We are positioned better today than ever for massive success. Now, the name of the company is Valentus, which is a Latin word for prevail. We got our start in July of 2014, that first year doing about 300,000 in sales. 2015, 3 million in sales. 2016, we had a tremendous growth spurt, $32 million in sales. It was a game-changing year for us. And then 2017, 2018, we were actually down in sales. But 2019, we exploded, $88 million in sales. Last year, something over $50 million in sales, with the Corona and everything taking place. To date, about $250 million in total sales and revenue with the company. This slide's a little outdated, but 100% debt free. And you might be, thinking, why am I talking about, a few years that have been down? If you're a normal company, matter of fact, unless you're, it's just every company has ups and downs, right? Every company has ups and downs. If they don't, they're not actually a company. And what's important about it is not the ups and downs. It's how do you handle yourself through those challenges. And that's where I think Valentus just excels, because like so many other companies that have had them, never come out of them, we're on the verge of right now having just our biggest run ever. Now, our main product category is weight loss. And this is something I know a bit about because I've struggled with my weight my entire adult life. And for those of you that struggle with weight, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You think about it every single day. You're willing to try anything. I literally have tried everything. I mean, I've done the meal replacements. I've done the shakes. I've done the prescription drugs, acupressure. I've done it all. And one word sums it up, and that is miserable. I mean, the reason why 95, maybe 98% of diets fail is because nobody can do them. They might be able to do them for a week or two. Some may even make it a month or so. But we're talking incredibly small percentages of people that make the necessary lifestyle change because they're miserable. Now think about it. Imagine you could do something like drink coffee, something that 80% of the population does right now anyway, and not just drink it, but people love their coffee. It's the first thing they think about in the morning. Matter of fact, sometimes they're thinking about it before they even get up. They're going to do it for the rest of their life. And they're already spending money on it. They're in the habit of it. And imagine that very same thing, helping you control, manage, and even lose weight. Folks, that is brilliant. In my 32 years in the industry, easiest thing I have ever done, sold, or talked about. Now, if you want to accelerate those results, we've got a product that can pair up with that called ThermoPerk, which, thermogenic, going to increase your core body temperature. You're helping burn more calories, in the same time frame. It's going to help you with your appetite. It can be taken as a standalone product, but in conjunction with our thermal roast, phenomenal combination. We do have a whole line of products that can help aid in your weight goals. We have a carb blocker called 24/7. If you're not a coffee drinker, we've got a cocoa. We've got a product called Tropical Blast. If you're trying to, live the ketogenic lifestyle, we've even got a product keto creamer to help you do that. But the coffee is the centerpiece. It is the centerpiece because it's something, if you're a coffee drinker, you're going to do the rest of your life anyway. So with that, we just actually released these products for US consumption, right? I believe they're available in the US now. Is that right? Bill, can you shake your head? Is that right? Yeah. So Bill wanted me to talk about these products, and to be honest with you, I don't know much about them, but they're sprays, and it looks here like they help with a variety of different things, from energy to immune system. Here's the thing: you don't have to be a product expert to make a lot of money in this business. If that's, when Bill messaged me, are you going to talk about the sprays? And I said, sure. So this is me talking about them. I think, as I'm sure there are going to be some phenomenal products as we learn more about them. I do know a bit about this product though, Emulin. We have one called M and one called C. This was brought to us by a guy by the name of Dr. Joseph Ahrens. He is a two-time Nobel Prize nominee for his work. We do have exclusive rights to this product, but a lot of companies talk about their studies. They talk about their research. And when you find out, it's really actually just on ingredients that are within the product. Well, here's what's interesting about Emulin. This has a clinical study that's published in a peer medical journal. And that study is on the product itself, not on ingredients, but the actual physical product itself. I mean, I believe this is one of the most scientifically documented products within the industry of network marketing. It's going to help you with inflammation. It's going to help, manage your blood sugar. Matter if you have blood sugar issues, you're going to want to take C. If you don't have blood sugar issues, you want to take M. But it helps the way your body processes, carbohydrates and sugars. We have, I think, close to 30 products now, and it would take me several hours to really go through them and to help you understand them. I see one just kind of jumped out at me, Hibernate. If you have trouble sleeping, Bill, you did a little video on this here about 10 days ago. I mean, this product, if you have trouble sleeping, it's a little elixir. Take a swig before you go to bed, and it literally will knock you out. Right? It'll knock you out, and also helps aid in helping away your body, just not just sleeps, but can lose weight overnight. So it's a phenomenal product. But go to valentusproducts.com. Incidentally, we are coming up here in April. We're going to be, or May, launching an entirely new website with all kinds of new information, videos, and the like. Okay. Timing. Bill, you mentioned this at the beginning of the call. This is something I also know a bit about because I've lived it. I've studied it. I've written a book called Right or Almost Right. And in the process of that, I did a lot of research. And what I've determined is that timing is actually very predictable. And why this is important, because every company tells you the timing is perfect. But how do you know? How do you really know? And again, I've studied this. I've done the research, and timing is very predictable. It's based on a set of numbers. And, the short story is, if, it's how many distributors are there and what's the sales volume. And if either one of those numbers are big, you've missed it from a timing standpoint. But let me go a bit deeper into this. Why does timing work the way it works? And again, it comes back to numbers. See, when everybody dreams about being involved in that startup company, that point of genesis, that lower left-hand corner of the graph. And yes, it can be exciting, but in more cases than not, it's no fun, right? Because most companies, number one, don't make it. 95% don't make it, through their first year. But at the beginning, and I create an analogy for you. Imagine that I get you all excited about a brand new fishing spot, and that nobody's ever fished there. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. We're just going to kill them. It's going to be so much fun. And we get out there because you get excited about the possibility of that. Even if you're not a fisherman, I mean, if we're going to go slaughter them, that sounds like fun, right? So we're going to go out there, and all of a sudden it's kind of cold and miserable, but hey, we're going to kill them, so it's going to be okay. And come to find out, the fish aren't biting. I mean, what do you want to do? You just want to go home. This isn't fun. This isn't what you told me it was going to be. I just want to go home. I'm not having any fun. That's like being involved in a startup company. Okay. When a company hits about $2 million a month in sales in any given market, something magical happens. It's like a tipping point. You see, what happens at 2 million a month, there's enough product distribution where there's testimonials. There's enough revenue where there's income being made. See, when you're with a startup company, it's all based on what could happen. And very seldom it ever actually does happen, right? But what at 2 million a month, there's evidence, there's proof. It's kind of like the fish start biting. And then as the company grows, the fishing per se gets better and better and better. And when it hits about 10 million a month, the fish are literally jumping in the boat. This is where people don't even need to know what they're doing and they're catching fish. I mean, you just need to have your line in the water and you're going to catch fish, right? It's a very, very exciting time. But where is the money made? The money is made in the sweet spot. It's to get that base built. So when we hit that critical mass window and it goes vertical and the fish are jumping in the boat, you're not standing there with one fishing pole thinking you have the best fishing you've ever had in your life. No, you're driving the boat and you're dragging 10 miles a net, right? You've got 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 people fishing out of your boat. And you're taking, see, that's the whole secret to timing, is get a base in place before it goes vertical, right? So where are we? Well, here in North America, we're approaching the middle of that. Europe, Asia, we're just getting started. We could, as a company, over the course of the next 18 to 24 months, we could simultaneously, in 2 to 3 of these regions in the world, move into that critical mass window. And I mean, you know, crazy town if that happens. So let's talk a little bit about compensation. You know, every company out there, you know, once again, tells you they have the best, right? They have the most lucrative compensation plan in the industry. So again, how do you know? Well, here's what I know, is that every company pays out around the same amount of money. Somewhere in that area between 40 and 50% of revenue is put back into the compensation. And so know this, number one, we do pay out at the high end of that at 50%. Okay, but the real question people should be asking is who gets the money and what do you have to do to get it? And that's where the Valentus plan really excels, because what we don't have is all the hurdles and the hoops and the structure requirements that, you know, make people fill their garage up, you know, with product or patch holes all over their organization to get their paycheck. You know, I always say people don't quit network marketing because they're not making enough money. They quit network marketing because they're losing money, right? If you can change that equation, if you can get someone profitable, and that's what I think we've done with our plan, we've taken that 50%, we spread it out over 7 profit centers. We have retail compensation where you can send people to your website all over the world, 90 countries, they can buy products, make 25%. Now, if you want to increase your earnings to 50%, that's where you want to buy one of our business packs or career packs. It lowers the cost of it lowers the cost per unit, which is going to increase your profit per unit, right? Up to 50%. We have a fast start bonus. This is where someone else wants to join you. And you can make, depending on where they join in the company, you can make up to $200 by them joining. We have a legacy bonus. I call this our leverage, because this is where you start earning off the efforts of other people. So you're bringing people in and you're going to make now an extra 100. So now you make $300 bringing someone in with the fast start and the legacy. But when the people within your legacy team, which starts with the 4th person that you bring in with a business pack, that starts your legacy team, and it goes to infinity. Everyone on your legacy team, which is the first 3 of the first 3 of the first 3 to infinity, every business pack or career pack that comes in that legacy team, you're going to make $100 on, right? It doesn't matter if it's 1,000 people moved from you, you're going to make that $100. It's a coded bonus, very exciting. The dual team commissions. This is up to $100,000 per week. I'm not aware of any other company within the industry that pays that dual team, the binary portion of the plan, up to $100,000 per week. 7-generation matching check on all your enrollments, and you know, global bonus pool, car bonus, and we just introduced this global profit sharing pool. This is new. Nothing got taken out of the plan. This is addition to. It's for the year of 2021. Whether it's continued to be on that, I don't know. But it is here in 2021, where Dave Jordan, the owner of the company, his wife Joyce, they are going to share a percentage of the net profits. Okay, up to 10%, depending on how successful we get, up to 10%, and you have the ability to earn shares in that pool. What those shares will be worth, I don't know. It's going to be based on how successful we are as a company, right? How many shares are earned, and then that's divided out, and we determine a share value. I don't know what it's going to be, but I do believe it's going to be significant. And I believe there are going to be some pretty exciting checks handed out at the end of the year as a result of this. And here's the thing about, like the rest of our plan, the barriers of entry to earn a share is very realistic, where you can actually share in the overall company profits. So can I do this? You've learned everything you need to know to be successful here in kindergarten. I mean, it's called show and tell, right? We tell stories about our company, about our products, about what's happened to us and what's happened to others. I mean, this is not a business where you got to go out there and try to explain everything to everybody, because we have tools to do that. We have Zooms and trainings and tools, right? To really better even understand it. I mean, this is, I mean, if you've ever eaten at a great restaurant, or you've, seen a great movie, you've told somebody about it. Every one of us have done that. We've all told somebody about it. And I believe you would agree that your excitement towards that movie, towards that restaurant, influenced someone else to go see the movie or eat at the restaurant, right? 100%, right? You've done that. Well, that's all you're doing here. If you can get excited about what I just shared with you, share that excitement with someone else. You want to stimulate an interest. You don't tell them about the entire meal bite by bite. You don't tell them about the entire movie. You tell them you give them a general feeling that they need to check this out. They need to go eat there. They need to go see that movie. And then what you do is then we have the Share Valentus app. Bill mentioned that in his training earlier. Everything is there. You can just share it with people. It's got, it almost gamifies our business, where you can send these videos and you get notified as soon as they watch them, because, what's the second thing we do is we follow up, sending people the information. Hey, Bill says, yeah, it sounds interesting. I'd like to take a look. Great. I'm going to send you over a video and I'm going to be notified as soon as you watch it. Right. So then I'll know that to touch back up base with you, whatever. And the fortune's in the follow-up. So that's where I think it really speaks to our fifth element, which is the training and support. Because when you say yes to Valentus, that's when our job begins, not when it ends, right? I mean, we can't make any money unless you help others make money. I mean, that's the whole win-win philosophy, because in a job, right? I mean, you want people to do good, just not better, because then your own job begins threatened. In network marketing, it's the exact opposite. You want people to do better if possible, because the better they do, the better you do, because it's a win-win scenario. Phenomenal concept. So should you want to get started, there's a one-time $20 membership fee, and you can choose a pack. If you buy and just want to stick your toe in the water, try one of our products, you can join with a basic $59. You're actually paying the most for the product right here. That's the highest cost, $59. If you want to decrease the cost per unit, you can go with the starter pack. That's $145, or the advanced pack, again, just a little bit less money. Now, if you're looking at this from a business standpoint, this is where I'm going to suggest you want to do the business pack or the builder pack, because one of the things I believe is, we want to put the biggest paycheck possible into your pocket as fast as possible. Why? Because we know it's going to excite you. It's going to attract others. We want to put you in the best possible position to make money. And I believe that is either the business or the career pack. And there's 5 reasons why I believe that. Number 1 is the example. Every time you sit down across from somebody, they say, it looks really good. What did you do to get started? And you're gonna have to tell them. And so the way you start kind of sets the pace, sets the example on how others are gonna follow and how your business is gonna grow and duplicate. Gives you a workable inventory. I mean, we are in a business of sampling and selling and consuming products. So having that product on hand is gonna accelerate your business. It's again, a better value. I mentioned, buy 1 unit, it's $59. Buy a business pack brings it down to $36. The career pack brings it down to $33 per unit. Demonstrates commitment. I think this is an important part. Maximizes your earnings. Again, think about this. I mean, you're going to do the same thing. Whether you join with 1 box or 36 box, you're doing the same thing. But you get to choose what you earn, right? You want to earn a little money, or do you want to earn all of the money? right? Well, joining with the business or the career pack gives you the ability to make all of the money. You automatically get positioned at the ruby level, so you don't leave any money lay on the table. And you go from, on the residual side, the dual team commissions, you go from 5% to 20%, right? Like if you start with one box, you're making 5%. If you join with a business or a career pack, you automatically jump to the 20%, which is the top of the residual plan, dual team commissions. And as long as you maintain your monthly order, you're going to maintain that status and be able to earn that 20%. Lock yourself in there. You start qualification for legacy, which is that extra $100 you can earn on your legacy team. And you get a 4 to 5 level matching check, right? Which is a very exciting feature. You can actually, with this matching check, bring one person in that brings somebody in that does something, and you can make money having not even started the second leg with this matching check. It's a phenomenal part of our plan. So last question, I guess, is, do you want to do this? Right? I mean, I think that's important. And, we have fun. I mean, this is a fun business. Lose some weight, additional income. That's kind of the worst case scenario, right? I mean, should you say yes here? That's the worst case scenario. But what has driven me in my life, sort of what if? Some people are, what if it doesn't work? I'm like, what if it does? I mean, what if you could make some significant part-time income? What if it turned into some, serious income, some full-time replacement income, or that crazy income, that dream income? And the ability to work from home, learn as you earn, do this without giving a security up at your full-time job if you still have one. Own your life. I mean, that's a big thing. And I don't think you really fully realize it until you actually experience it, what that means to own your own life, right? To be able to eat lunch when you want to eat lunch, go to the doctor appointment, take your kids to school, sleep in, but whatever you want to do, right? I mean, owning your life is quite a benefit. Personal development, tax advantages, recognition. So the last thing I'm just going to say this is, procrastination's the thief of success. Most people live in a someday world. They always are going to do something someday, right? I mean, someday I'm going to get out of this job that I hate, right? Someday I'm going to start saving for retirement. Someday I'm going to get out of debt. Someday I'm going to take that dream vacation. Someday I'm going to actually own a new car. I mean, someday, and all of a sudden they're out of days. And, with not much more than to wish they can do it all over again. As far as I know, you can't. But, the thing is think about how fast time goes. I mean, look back 5 years. What was life like 5 years ago? And what is it like today? And the sad fact is, for most people, not much has changed, right? But here's the scary thought. Let's look ahead 5 years, because it'll be a snap of a finger. We're going to be 5 years down the road. And the question is, will have anything changed for you? And that's where I think Valentus can come in. We can change the course of the next 5 years of your life for the rest of your life. But it's not someday. It's today. Okay. One of the things, if you study successful people, is they don't wait for everything to be perfect. They don't wait for everything to be straightened out in their life. They recognize something and they take action where they are, right? And they make the best of it and the most of it, right where they are. And that's what I'm suggesting. I mean, I got a birthday next week. I'm going to wait till after the birthday. Kids are going to be graduating from high school in a few months. I'm just going to wait till that's done. Because then the weather's nice. And, I just hate to get busy when the weather's so nice. So this fall, I'm going to get busy. And it's so cold, I really just don't feel like it now. But first of the year, I'm a new man. I'm going to go after this thing, right? And I mean, I see it every day, people that just procrastinate their life away. Take action, recognize right where you are and take action. So with that, Bill, I'm going to turn it back over to you and Don, and appreciate so much you guys and your leadership and your contributions, our friendship and everything else. And so just love this business, love the people, and I'll turn it back over to you guys.
Oh, thanks so much, Sean. It's always a pleasure to hear your analogies and the way you tell the stories. As far as I know, we're not able to do a do-over either. This is it. This is not a dress rehearsal. We are in real life. So I appreciate you, John. Thank you so much. I have an exciting announcement to end with. I was just on with Dr. Chi Win. He is one of our Blue Diamond leaders in the company here. and he has agreed to do a compensation plan training for our team and anybody that wants to jump on this Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So 1 o'clock Eastern time, I'll get a flyer out to everybody. Dr. Chi Win is going to do a compensation plan training. And I really firmly believe that if everybody understands how we get paid here, you will do the necessary actions it takes to get paid. So you're not going to want to miss that. And if you saw something here for yourself tonight, get back to the person that invited you here. It's been a pleasure. I want to say thank you, everybody, for jumping on.
Thank you,
And
John.
welcome to Valentus. Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody. God bless. Make it a great night, guys.